And that looks nice. Now,
Here, pause it
what
real quick.
what she's got going on, what she's gonna do, I ain't even gonna talk about that.
So this is something I like to talk about a lot, guys. So being in a relationship is extremely natural for us. I want everybody to really embed this into your head. It is extremely fucking natural. It is so natural. You yearn for another person because it's what we've done for thousands and thousands. Hey, dude, if you want to really get scientific here in biology, this is what all animals and all species have been doing for millions of fucking years. Okay? This is literally what everything in on the earth has done forever. Your yearn to want to fucking be in love and like be with somebody and do this stuff, it strongly fucking outweighs your ability to stop it. It is such a strong thing. And you can try all day long to say, I don't want relationships, all these women are hoes, all this stuff. But at the end of the fucking day, I know deep in y'all's fucking hearts, y'all want a fucking relationship. That's why you have to get out here and talk to 10,000 fucking girls. That's why you have to get out here and join MOA and start building a network of women. This is why you have to start doing these things. It is literally in your fucking biology to do this. It is so ingrained in you. I know y'all want it. And anybody that is 1,000% red pill and is 1,000% only trying to spend plays or not do relationships, you're coping, man. You need to get your fucking money all the way up, and you need to get the girl, because that is exactly what you're yearning to do. You're trying to make kids. This is what we all need to do, especially the men that are actually on their purpose and successful. This is what one of my friends told me years ago. He was like, you know what? Like, there's just so many people that are bums today. We just need more people that aren't bums making kids. And that's the biggest, like, I have such a strong circle of men. I know so many strong men who don't have kids when those are the ones that should be having fucking kids. Not fucking Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray. It's insane. Those guys that are pieces of shit, that's why society's gonna keep getting worse. You guys that are really, truly good guys, y'all gotta start fucking producing. This is how we're gonna fix this fucking country. It's never gonna happen if they're all reproducing way more than the guys that are actually good guys are. Y'all gotta get out there, man. Y'all gotta get
Facts.
to the 100K. Like, it really bothers me a lot.
Facts. And it looks like we got somebody else in the waiting room right now to join the live feed.
Yeah, WT Funk. Yeah, let's do it, man. Yeah, bring him in.
How you doing, sir? Greetings from
WT
Germany.
Funk. What's up, bro? I don't think I've ever met you before, but what's up, man? What did you want to talk about?
Well, I'll go ahead and speak a little bit about what you were saying about how you're absolutely right. The wrong people in a lot of communities are making the children. But if you think globally, it's always the poor are always out producing the rich as far as children. And I don't think that like that's our responsibility to fix the country when unfortunately there's more and more people being born into the matrix doing the negative. I think it has to be another proactive way where we actually go against the grain and start building our own communities that's kind of separate from everybody else, kind of the same way that the Amish or even Mormons have kind of made their own villages. I think we have to get
Okay.
truly outside the box because as long as we're interacting, as long as your children are interacting with the same kids that you're trying to get away from, I think there's always going to be a problem. And as I've seen here in Germany, what they do is they separate at an early age, like those students who want to go into this trade, those students who are maybe wanting to go into university, those students who maybe want to become plumbers. I think we have to really look at how the capitalism system works for you in America and rethink it because it's clearly not working for people, but it is working for capitalism.
Okay. No, I completely agree with you about the community thing, man. Like, I do. Because yeah, that's the big, like, it doesn't do anything if you have kids and then send them to public school where they're gonna be
Right.
completely brainwashed and completely, yes, I completely agree with you on that. No, my only solution was that I was going to send my daughter to private school, the best one I could find. But like but yeah, that's not good enough. You're completely right that that's just like putting a band-aid on like a actual fucking problem. I completely agree that like it's gonna take true communities to really make
Yeah,
it. Like, you
like
really just
wouldn't
changed
like the
my
better
my
solution would be
opinion
just
on
to get
that.
a woman who was willing to homeschool your children, and then
Yeah.
and then and also I think it's not so difficult to find three or four women in a community who all want to homeschool, and those 4 or 5 women click up their children together, and then there you go, you have a classroom. I think it's that
True.
simple if we really learn to trust other people instead of learning to trust the institutions.
See, so this kind of goes back to something I like to talk about a lot, though, is like the thing. Our communities used to be religion based, you know, and like the
Yes.
thing is, religion is falling apart. I personally try to teach something that's more secular, you know, based off of now than a religious thought from 1,000 years ago or 500 years ago. I try to
Mhm.
make religion into something that we can actually use today. But there's no more of those community. And if I tried to start some type of religious community, I wouldn't even know what to name it. You almost sound like a cult if you try to make a religious community that's not like in line with a doctrine, you know? So
No, the moment you
it's a
come up with
really
a really
hard.
good concept, it's going to be called a cult. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people are stuck between a rock and a hard place, though, because there's tons of people that would love to make sure their kids are going to a good community or a good school or something. But then all the homeschoolers, when you do, especially here, I'm in Texas. Here in Texas, if you start doing research on homeschooling and stuff like that, man, some of the religious freaks in some of the homeschooling groups are insane. So like, you have to really pick and choose. I'd have to find somebody that's almost like very like agnostic atheist that kind of like holds like this, but also kind of like secular religious. Also, I don't know. Like it'd be hard
Well,
to
well,
find a group. Like it's something that can be built though, like you're saying.
well, yeah, but that definitely speaks to, especially in America. That was the one thing I learned about traveling the world is I got to see what real family structures look like, and it was insane how amazing it worked when it's like everyone's poor but the family's unified, so the family works together, and we don't have that in America. Like everyone's family is damn near fractured. Everyone's spending bills on the exact same things instead of just figuring out how to coexist together and stack. And that's one of the most important things I think we definitely need to learn in our community from the Latino community or even the Russian community. They will they will figure it out. I've seen Russians in Virginia Beach, maybe 8 or 9 people in like a 2 bedroom apartment, and they're just working all the time. But they would drink at night and party, and they would stack their money for 3 months and then take it back to Russia and then live for the rest of the year. And I'm like, there's no reason why we shouldn't be having the same formula in America.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, our culture here is fucking destroyed. You know, I mean, you know it better than anybody. Yeah, like our culture here doesn't promote any of those things at all. It promotes individualism, capitalism, just what's in it for me, what like selfishness, narcissism. We got every like it's one of those things where we're the greatest country in the world. I truly believe that, but we're also the worst country in the fucking world at some things. Like we got a lot going for us, but there's whatever a lot of positives come, there's always tons of negatives that come with it. If we can have all the money and be the richest company and be the police officers of the world, but there's some negatives that come with that shit.
Well, I use the analogy that America is like that really popular football player in high school, or the really popular rich cheerleader girl. Like they're really bad people, but they throw the best parties. Everyone wants to be liked by them,
Yeah,
but deep down, they're bad for your soul. Like if they actually
yeah.
like you, you're probably doing the wrong things in life, and that's kind of what I say about America.
No,
It's fun, it's popular, it's gonna be a great time, but it's taking you down a path of something you probably don't want to be in.
no, I completely agree with you, man. Now
I
you're
did
really
have one
smart guy. You
question
said
for
you're in
you because you
Germany.
said you had a lot of guy friends who you think should be having the children, right?
Yeah.
What is their biggest fear about having children? Is it pretty much the penalties that come with alimony and divorce and all like child support? Because globally, I think Americans have a lot more father rights outside of America. Same thing happened for me in Germany. I have more father rights than most Germans actually. And for some reason, Americans globally, you'll damn near get 50-50 custody without even having to fight for it. But for some reason in
Yeah.
America, it's something you have to pay for. So would you suggest that maybe those men start thinking outside the box and maybe think about procreating outside the country?
So I'm I know all about passport bros and all of that. The only reason why I'm personally against it is because, like I already told you, I really do love America, man. As much negatives are here, I love this country. I want to raise a kid here. Personally, I just really do. I know that it'd be hard as hell. It's a financial issue. If you're going to have kids here, I think you need to have the right amount of money to truly raise them outside of public school, which is extremely hard to do unless you have the right amount of money. It's a
Okay.
provisioning issue. So the thing is, for guys that are never going to make over 100K a year, you just don't got the drive, or you're just never going to do it. Maybe you should go out of the country. Like maybe that is the best option. Like, but I personally just would never advise anybody to do that. I think that any guy, I actually think that the laws are bad here, but it's all about leverage. And once again, if a guy if he makes 100K a year, he will be fine. He can fight for 50-50 and he can get it. Like, I don't think guys like,
You
like I
should
have a,
you should call into the lead attorney one day, and
I should, yeah, no, he knows way more than me. I should definitely call into him
yeah,
because I have a
he's
very
seen
good,
people, he's seen men pour in money into a losing battle, and he's I'm not
yeah,
saying
he's
that he
probably
definitely
knows
co-signs what
way
I'm saying,
more.
but I don't think that people really understand that how much it's a drain on you to be fighting and paying for something that honestly you shouldn't have to be fighting and paying for. And I have an uncle who made his family with a woman in Chile. And one of the things he was saying is that it's not just the fact that you're making a baby outside the country, but you're also getting integrated into an actual family structure. And as a black man, when he was from Oklahoma, he's like, he didn't see that. Now he has a situation where he's going to be taken care of in his old age. He doesn't have to worry about being put into a nursing home. Like, he knows for a fact that he's going to be set for life in this situation. And he just he's a pilot and going back and forth. And he said it was one of the greatest decisions he made because he's now putting real stock into what's going to happen to him in his 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm. No, like the big thing is I have a very biased point of view when it comes to the kid stuff because I have a very good baby mama, like really good. We don't fight about things we're very equal. So I have a very good situation. So anytime I talk about the kid stuff, I'm coming from too good of a point of view. So like I need to watch the lead attorney way more to see what guys are actually experiencing. But from what I've learned and the guys that like I have a ton of guys